is Kelly Chatman. I'm a pastor at Redeemer Lutheran Church, and I'm the director for Redeemer Center for Life, a nonprofit here in the Harrison neighborhood of North Minneapolis. And I was born in 1951. That makes me 68 years old. I was born in Jackson, Tennessee. And when I was like 4 years old, my parents moved our family to Detroit, Michigan. We were part of that migration of African Americans from the segregated South to the industrial North. So my first 18 years of life was in Detroit, Michigan. And then I came to Minnesota to go to college. And then I graduated from college in Fort Wayne, Indiana, in preparation to become a pastor. And then I went to seminary in St. Louis at a school called Seminex. And after 1 year, I quit. I wasn't getting what I aspired to from my training. And I felt like they were teaching me how to fold my hands and how to lead worship, and I wanted to get into action. And so from there, I moved to Washington, D.C., where I ran a nonprofit working with ex-offenders and homeless people. And I did that for about 10 years and finished my seminary training. Marrying Cheryl was one of the highlights for me. This amazing woman that I married, Cheryl Chatman. Her maiden name was Cheryl Troutman. And I met her when I was in Washington, D.C. She was doing graduate work in North Carolina. And we happened to come together at the same conference. And the sparks were flying, and we could tell we really liked each other. But we never really said anything. We went our separate ways. And then 5 years later was another conference, and we re-met, and we made sure we didn't depart without knowing that we had each other's contact. From there, I went to Portland, Oregon, where I worked at a boarding school and working with affluent families. And some of my former students, I did a wedding at a castle in Germany and an island in Hawaii. And I had a wonderful experience with that boarding school. It was called Oregon Episcopal School. I didn't grow up being around wealth. And I remember I literally prayed to God. I said, God, okay, I've been successful, my young life. I said, if I do this and if I'm successful, then I know that the gospel is true. And by the gospel, I mean that God's love helps us to transcend all boundaries. And so I really did that as a test to see how real is God. And so that was a really important thing for me in the affirmation of being invited to do weddings and to enter into people's lives. And that sense that people are people no matter what your social economic background. I'm blessed to be a people person, and there's been so many places where that has been affirmed for me. If I was saying my parting words to Cheryl, who's my wife, or Babette, who's my sister, of course I would say I love you. But I also say I did the best that I could. And in addition, saying, I love you. And I hope that I say that in all the ways that I live my life. I'd also want to apologize for those times or places where I didn't live up to that or communicate that. Love to me is aspirational, and we do the best that we can. And I would say I hope that I've done the best that I can, also to my community, and the people in general. I love people, and I think that I've pretty much lived to the best of my abilities as a imperfect person, and that I'm thankful. The work that I've done, the opportunities I have so much to be thankful for, and I'm thankful for those relationships. As a person, what makes me happy, what inspires, I love children. And on a typical day, I'll be sitting at my computer doing work that's just mundane, and a child will walk into the building and in the hallway, and I'll just leave my desk and go and get a hug from that child, and I'm good to go. I'm ready to go back to my desk then, because those are the things that inspire me. It's feeling like that sense of connection. That's a great question. What advice, what parting words would I say to somebody else? Strive to make the world this day a little bit better than it was yesterday, because you're here, and also because you can. And to be able to say that I can do it is a blessing, because that means you make a difference. And believe in something bigger than yourself, that inspires you to get out of bed in the morning and make a difference. What I believe and what I try to live out of is knowing that I love God and I love people. And everything else is like, it just flows from there.